Get this man some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
A Blazers podcast.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Get This Man Some Help. It's been a long time since we've been...
Oh, that sweet, sweet theme music. So has anything happened since I've been gone?
Nothing, Sean.
Did I miss anything?
It's been boring.
Did I miss anything?
I wanted to dance harder to the intro, but all my chords are terrible, and if you nudge them in just the wrong way, disaster.
Just goes.
So I have to just stay very still. I'm like a hostage. Just blink.
I literally, if I shift 3 feet.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I was gonna make a joke about that you already made it. But has anything happened? There you go. So, of course, stuff has happened. All right. We took the summer off, but the Blazers did not.
No, sir.
They have a new owner.
Yeah.
Dame is back.
What?
Drew is back.
What?
Yeah. Simons is gone.
Huh?
Ayton is somewhere in LA. Probably at a pop-up gaming show conference, just living his best life.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, I want to start off with this.
Okay.
I want you to make a bold prediction. Bold. Okay? For the upcoming season. Do you have any bold predictions?
Bold prediction for the upcoming season.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I feel like in my mind this is bold. In reality, this is probably going to be pretty lukewarm, but my bold take is that Damian Lillard comes back before the playoffs.
Whoa.
That he absolutely says, the hell with your timeline. I am even at 36 or 37. That's 36 still young to me.
He's 100 years
still
old.
Very young to me.
Yeah.
But he's going to come back with his shiny new ligaments, and he's going to say, "No, I'm in. I want in on this before the playoffs begin. I can lead this team to glory."
Yeah.
Hobbling around on one ankle, because for a fact, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that prediction.
Tell, just by listening to him, you can tell he wants in as soon as humanly possible. The doctors are going to have to chain him to his bed to keep him off the floor.
I love it, because you're not saying he's going to be good.
No. Oh, no.
He'll just be back.
And if he does, it might become a train wreck.
Yeah.
Because he's going to insert, it doesn't matter how the team's doing, he's going to insert himself right in the middle and we'll try to be the guy.
Yeah.
Regardless of who might be the guy at that particular point.
Well, he is the namesake of this pod, so we're pro Damian here.
Absolutely.
And he is the man that you need to get help.
Listen, but I was, I love chaos. I love NBA offseason. I was stunned.
Stunned, yeah.
I thought for sure this has to be a joke. Because what? Coming back? What? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, let's get into it a little bit, because I was also stunned because, his man, Chris Haynes, was reporting about how, hey, this is Damian's first chance to choose the team. He's never had that opportunity before. He gets to do whatever he wants, blah, blah, blah.
Rolled as his oyster. Yeah.
And he chose to come home, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there is some sort of, NBA legalese there that if you don't have a gap in your playing career in terms of contract, you're eligible for more money, et cetera, et cetera. So it made sense that he wanted to sign somewhere. And maybe he looked around and no other team wanted to just fund a year of rehab for him.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, and this is the crazy thing that's happening, and I think this new collective bargaining agreement really has played into this, that it is now a completely viable option to just get rid of a top-tier player and take the hit. Yeah. And then basically subsidize another team's... I mean, listen... I have to believe there were multiple teams that we will take a flyer. Yeah. Because what's Portland paying him? Like
$14 million?
Which, I mean, again, for us is a lot of money. It's a lot. But it's for him his pocket change. We will take a flyer.
It's $14 million, and it's a declining deal. It gets cheaper.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was, again, I think that in an alternate reality, if he could have gone on to become the most divorced man in Miami or the most divorced man in New York or the most divorced man in LA, he may not have come back. But being the most divorced man in Milwaukee, I mean, what you know what I mean? Yeah, that's really not. Yeah, it is really not getting you much. You're really not. Sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah. Absence in Milwaukee, Wisconsin makes the heart grow even more fonder.
Yeah. So, Sean, I looked up this quote,
Okay.
knowing that you would want to talk about this. And the quote is, from the great film, Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a funny thing coming home. Nothing changes. Everything looks the same, feels the same, even smells the same. And you realize what's changed is you.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going to change with Dame?
That's a great quote. Nothing. I mean, in his personal life, I'm sure things are changing, and it seems like he's in a much happier place as a human being.
Yeah.
And I think that he's closest to, back with his kids. And, and I think that's fantastic. I'm so happy for him as a human being.
Yeah.
But as a basketball player, he is who he is. And it's served him well.
Yeah.
Very well. But I do think you now have this situation where the team he's walking into is the best team that he's had, at least since LaMarcus Aldridge left.
Sure.
But it's also a team that might not need him to be
the old Dame.
Yeah. And he's got a leg that might not allow him to be the old Dame.
Yeah.
But I think the real question for whenever he comes back is he going to be able to, well, I guess, how bad, is there going to be a subtraction in terms of his play style physically?
Right.
Is he going to be able to, like, how much is he going to be lessened by this injury? Right. And then how much is he going to sort of mentally be able to adjust to the new body?
Right.
And potentially the new role.
Right.
Is he going to be willing to say Denny Advia is now going to run the offense when we're on the floor? You know, is he going to be able to take that kind of Klay Thompson role now?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think out of all the players, high profile players who had devastating, Klay Thompson has actually adjusted the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his play style sort of lent him. I mean, he scored 50 points in a game where he took like 7 dribbles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I think his play style sort of like, okay, I'm a comfortable second or third option.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But can Dame sort of make that switch? And I don't know. That man is such a competitor. I'm not sure he'll be able to take a couple of steps back for the best interest of the team. I don't know.
I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, is there any example of that? You had Allen Iverson later in his career try to do that. It didn't really work. I mean, you had Marc Gasol, who went from being, the dude in Memphis, and he went to Toronto and won a title and was able to take kind of a, not be the focal point of the offense. Dame is certainly capable of being an incredible option, right? You've seen him win 3-point competitions. He obviously has, incredible range and all that stuff. And one of the coldest operators in the clutch that we've ever had. Mm-hmm. Does not feel fear in a way that normal people do. He has his one almond when he gets home, as we say, and there it is. During his tenure in Milwaukee, I would listen to the Milwaukee pods because I can't quit Dame. I can't. Oh, sure. And so I'd listen to the Milwaukee sports pods, and they were very frustrated with him because a lot of people there didn't seem like he enjoyed not being the man. Right. And they said, like, there's one person who I forget who it was, but they said, is it possible to shoot passive aggressively? Because I feel like he's shooting passive aggressively.
It seems like that's yeah.
So I think my hope is he comes back and, for the first few months of the season, at least he's going to have to just watch from the front row. And maybe that's when Scoot and all these other players are kind of showing off a little bit and showing what they can do. And he sort of comes to the realization, if I really want to win, I need to come in and play a part here. I don't need to be the entire thing.
Can't be a main guy. You know what I mean? But I always think, I always think back to that Houston game where he went off for like, 70 points. It was like the most 71 points. 70-point game in NBA history. Yeah,
I was in the arena, Sean.
Oh, that's right. You were there.
It was amazing. It was incredible.
Watching it in real time. Start of the day off. It's a Houston game. End of the day, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. But I just think he got to that point where he hit his like ultimate form. Yeah, and the ultimate form was not necessarily like I'm just gonna aggressively go. It's like no, I'm gonna sit back and analyze. Like I am in such a zone. I am seeing everything in slow motion, like Neo from the Matrix.
Yeah, like OJ last night.
like our guy OJ last night. And so I can either take this shot or I can wait half a beat and do something better. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just think he's going to need to be that kind of like, Yoda type guy where he's going to have to realize there's 10 years ago I could do this. Maybe I can still do it, but maybe there's a more efficient play
Yeah.
to be had in this situation than me doing it by myself.
And I'm not gonna count that out of the realm of possibility, because Dame is his history has shown that he's not always going to do what you think he's going to do. What a typical superstar is going to do. So maybe this could be a beautiful symphony. My bold prediction.
Okay.
I went real bold.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. Hansen Young or Young Hansen. I'm still unsure about the order there. I've heard
Young Hansen.
Young Hansen is going to win Rookie of the Year.
Ooh. No. Okay.
Now I'll tell you.
Let's talk a little bit about this. Okay.
My friend who makes a lot of online bets. Shout out Ryan. I said, can you make a bet for me? And he did.
Okay.
And so I have $10 riding on this happening.
Okay.
And if he does, Sean, if he does, and I win my $500 off of this $10 bet, you and I are getting Hansen jerseys. I'm gonna pay for them out of my winnings. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna wear those with pride.
I will accept.
Okay.
And I will absolutely wear it with pride. Unlike other jerseys that may be in my closet right now that I'm still probably never going to put on.
Well, I mean, it has your own name on the back.
No.
And
it's just, Yeah.
It takes a comfortable man to walk out of his house.
I think about that sometimes.
With his own name on the back of his jersey.
I think I'm pretty I'm generally pretty comfortable with myself and who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that there is at least one sitting U.S. senator who has seen me in my natural state.
Uh-huh.
We'll tell that story
never.
At some point.
We will never tell that story. No,
anyway.
That's if we get a Patreon account. And
that's the OnlyFans.
Maybe it'll be an OnlyFans.
But
we'll be the first podcast with an OnlyFans.
As comfortable as I may think I am, I don't think I'm comfortable to wear an NBA jersey with my own name on the back.
Yeah.
That is just...
Well, I mean, you're not 10.
That's the thing.
So, okay.
That's the thing.
So here's the thing. We watched him, on draft night. We've taken a very long break from podcasting. So the Blazers on draft night, I was all in, Cedric Coward, here we go. And they traded down, which is great because they want to make the playoffs for all these convoluted draft trade reasons. Sure. They want to give it to Chicago next year, whatever. But they ended up picking up a pick, right? So they picked up Orlando's pick to trade down, and they got their guy, Young Hansen, which apparently, they've been like secretly, covertly. I would love to know, I would love to see just Mike Schmitz just like walking through the airport, like shades on, a hoodie on, and I'm going to, secretly, they've been really high on this guy. Yeah. He comes into Summer League. Very first play of the game, he does this beautiful pass, and you can't help but think, people throw around comparisons too much, and I'm too lazy to come up with something that's more realistic. But Jokic, I mean, it just looked like this guy's at the top of the key, orchestrating the offense.
Every 7-footer who can pass now is Jokic.
Because there's two of them, and one is in Portland.
In a layup line. Oh, he's like a Jokic. No, it's okay, but. I will say that watching him, it wasn't the sort of flashiness of the passing. Because there were a lot of highlight passes, but the fact that he was directing traffic, like he was at the top of the key, no, go here, go here, and then was hitting guys when they went where he told them to go, shows a pretty high level understanding of the game, especially when you're literally walking with a group of guys you just met in the hallway before the game. That's like going into a pickup game with guys you've never played with, and being like, okay, except you're facing like a almost NBA level defense, like
sort of,
That's really impressive.
Yeah,
it was really impressive. I am curious to know what that means for Klingon.
Yeah.
And are they clearly they were high on this young kid, clearly, and have been for a couple of years. Clearly he's been on their mind. I remember watching the draft live, and all the the people, the draft commentators were like, "Huh? Who?
Yeah.
We don't even have what?
Yeah.
We don't even have footage. Like one guy apologized. Sorry, folks, our production truck is scrambling to put together in real time a highlight package for this guy because we have no idea what is happening right now. We didn't even have it ready to go.
Yeah,
they were high on it. Summer League comes. I mean, he is intriguing. He is an intriguing player. But I am now very curious to see what that dynamic is going to be.
Yeah.
Between him and Klingon. Are they going to try to run them both together? Are they to me, that is more like I'm more excited about seeing what happens there than I am with like Dame and Ja Rule. Like,
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I really want to know what the hell is going on.
I love how you called him Ja Rule. Because
I was
immediately have the
I'm
intro
a man of a certain age
of that song, Ja Rule. Yeah, holla. So here's the thing: you touched on it immediately. He was directing traffic. He had poise. He had patience. He has the biggest hands like ever recorded in history. Yes. He is also just a delight. Like we thought Ayton was delightful in terms of his interpersonal connections. This guy, it seems like he's up to that level. And, the cynic in me after he got drafted, because everybody started talking about, the Blazers are up for sale, which we'll get to later. And maybe they're going to try to increase their value by adding a Chinese piece, all these Chinese viewers and stuff. But, honestly, like he was one of the more intriguing players in the entire combine process. Now, summer league process. And I don't know, that's my bold prediction. And I think the thing is, the thing that he has going for him is I think the Blazers are going to be competing for a play-in spot. And he will be playing a lot of minutes. He's the backup center. So he's going to be on a team that's doing well. And if they're doing well, he's going to be contributing to that. This
is why so what we know is Chauncey's still the head coach.
Sure. Yeah.
And he has made it very plain that he wants to be a defensive minded head coach.
Yeah.
To the point where he benched Shaedon Sharpe.
Yeah.
And said, you can't play until you learn how to play defense, which turned out to be a good thing because Shaedon Sharpe started playing better defense. I mean, I think it worked for him. Okay. But we know that Klingon is a good defensive center.
Sure.
I would say, from what I saw, he's a much better defensive center than Yang. Not that Yang is bad defensively, but Klingon is a better defender so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, can I do an asterisk on that?
Okay.
Klingon is playing with Tumani Kamara and Denny Advia, and they're chewing nails. I mean, they're like literally spitting out pieces of lead.
Anyone you pair with Tumani is going to be better.
Yeah.
We've talked about this many times. He raises the defensive IQ and prowess of the whole group. I understand.
And Hansen's playing with people he just met, like you said.
Yeah. But I'm just saying in terms of watching him in Summer League, even watching film from the Chinese national team, Klingon he's more active. His instincts are better. I mean, it's just, But the thing with Klingon is I don't think he ever played more than 28 minutes in a game.
Yeah.
And so I am curious to know so I guess this is a very long way of me asking, is Chauncey going to find a way to fuck this up? Is there going to be the obvious answer of, wait, no, Yang is actually a starting caliber NBA center after a month or two in the league. Like he's ready to go, but we're not going to play him because we want the Twin Tower defensive Robert Williams and Klingon on the court to just be defensive monsters. So we're just going to sit him on the bench. Like, is Chauncey going to find a way to ruin things?
Well, you can never count that out. He has a wonderful ability, just a wonderful ability to do that. Here's the thing. Robert Williams, I love him to death. He is not a consistent player. He's not gonna really be a challenging thing for minutes.
I hate that so much. There is an alternate universe where his knees work.
Oh my god,
and his back works and his
he's
shoulder
a defensive
works.
player of the year.
He basically. I think Robert Williams, when he's healthy, is who Rudy Gobert thinks he is all the time.
Yeah. So, but in Summer League, the really interesting thing to me is that him and Caleb Love developed a wonderful chemistry, and Caleb Love is sort of a dynamic player without a jump shot, right? He can get to the rim. He has the dribble package. He can pass. And you know who kind of reminds me of a little bit is Scoot Henderson. And this is going to be Scoot's prove it year. And he is going to, I'm just anticipating a chemistry between him and Young that's going to be really special. So I'm excited. That's my bold prediction. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm excited, and I'm excited to get my complimentary jersey. That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. All right. So the other thing that happened is the Blazers were bought by Tom Dundon, an owner out of Carolina, I guess, or somewhere in the South. Yeah, he owns the Carolina Hurricanes. Mm-hmm. Never heard of him before. He brings on Shield Tile, who's a guy, I guess, with Portland roots, who graduated from Stanford at the age of 19.
Sure.
the double major. He's younger than us, but a billionaire or whatever. So I guess the question is, everybody's wondering, is the team going to stay in Portland? What does it look like in terms of like his vision? I have a couple things I want to ask you about.
Okay.
We have seen recently new owners absolutely scuttle their teams by being impatient and trying too much and being meddlesome. This guy does have a reputation for being a bit meddlesome in the day-to-day operations.
Yeah.
In regards to the Hurricanes, it turned out well. They went from being terrible to making the playoffs multiple years. So I'm just saying, what's your feel for that? I mean, I know it's like pretty hard to know, but do you think this is a danger for us?
I think potentially.
Yeah.
I think this new ownership team is coming in sort of midway through this experiment.
Yeah.
That we were trying to have, rebuilding the team, reshaping the team. The experiment muddled quite a bit, bringing Damian Lillard back into the fold.
Yeah.
I like you, and I think two things can be true at once. I think Yang can be a great center, and also Portland just became the most popular team in China. And if you're looking to build value in a team, that's a really good way to do it. You know what I mean? I think that both of those things are true. I think that when it comes time for the stadium discussion, the thing about it is, it seems like in professional sports you have two choices. You can go with the sort of egomaniacal family billionaire owner. That it's one guy, one family, my team, my rules.
Just the fingers in this.
Yeah. Or you can go with the corporate MBA, multiple billionaire ownership group.
Yep.
Also somewhat egotistical, but they don't take things as personally, but they're a little more cutthroat when it comes to the numbers. And so I'm not sure what's better. Yeah. Whether you want your team owned by a guy like Donald Sterling or the Buss family, or you want your team owned by like a hedge fund.
Well, Donald Sterling is a terrible example because
I know he's the extreme, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, most of them are variations of that. They're maybe a little less racisty, a little less like creepy, but a lot of those like long time family owned franchise.
I mean, they're all eating pudding with their fingers on private planes.
Yeah, right, exactly right. Well, you look at what happened in Dallas. I mean, the like a billionaire family bought them. The idiot son-in-laws running them, and if not getting the luckiest lottery in NBA history potentially, they would be in a lot of trouble, that franchise. Anyway, I'm not digressing a little bit. I think that it seems like this new ownership group, they have a track record of doing what they think is best in the interest of winning games first, which I think, as far as NBA or pro sport team owners in general, it's probably the luckiest you're going to get. Up until the negotiation for the new stadium comes. Because I think that this whiz kid from Stanford, blah blah blah, Portland roots, they will move Portland in a heartbeat.
I don't think he's in Portland full time. He's
no,
come on.
No, his parents had a house here. Okay, whatever. But they will absolutely ship the Blazers to Las Vegas if it comes to that. I firmly believe that. So
sad. Okay, so speaking of that new arena, the Blazers, when they're talking about new arenas, I'm like, the Moda Center's fine. It's fine. Whatever, it's fine. And then, I start reading about other arenas and the fan experience, and I'm like, okay, maybe we could do some improvements. But one improvement they are doing that for this season is the Jumbotron is going to be 50% bigger. Okay. This is a 2,092 square foot screen. That's going to be lowered from, above the thing. What I want to ask you is what Blazers employee or player is most excited about having their faces be bigger and least excited about having their faces, because like Matisse Thybulle, he is absolutely fine with that beautiful smile being beamed bigger.
That man is so handsome, he does not need to be on.
Well, I'm just saying.
He doesn't need to see himself. He knows. This is a man who wakes up and knows that unless I get like hit by a bus, I am probably the most handsome man in whatever room I'm on.
Any room I go into, I'm fine.
I don't need to check myself.
I
brush my teeth in the mirror and then I don't look in the mirror again.
Why would you?
because I don't need to.
Yeah.
You can look at me for me.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah. How about that?
I'm going to say person who is least happy about it is Kevin Calabro. I don't think he wants his voice. He
looks uncomfortable every time the camera pans.
He doesn't want it. He's a voice smith. So
there's a reason.
Yeah.
I went into play-by-play announcer.
Have you heard my voice?
Me. Yeah.
His voice is Matisse Thybuure's face.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
This voice is the moneymaker.
Yeah.
This face does not need to.
Yeah.
Does not need to play into things. You're watching the game. You're listening to me. You're watching the game. You're listening to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did have a question for you.
Okay.
There was a scandal down in LA with Kawhi Leonard, where it appears that they skirted, salary rules by paying him without paying him. Basically, they created a fake endorsement deal that he did absolutely zero work on and got $25 million for it.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised this doesn't happen constantly, but apparently it's like very strict and just like never happens. But I do think there's like a very real possibility that this is like the end of the Clippers, like in the way that we know them. Just like the NBA is going to like come down like a ton of bricks. But then on the other hand, it's like everybody's gambling. Like they're in bed with, like, who cares?
Yeah. So the thing is, yes, everything has basically turned into a way to gamble. As far, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I am not a gambling person.
Yeah.
So it's not that I'm anti-gambling. I don't want, but to like turn on ESPN and to have the announcers during a game being like, no, DraftKings.com.
Yeah.
Like, this is a bit much. The problem with the Clippers thing is, if it's true, and it looks like, I mean, I've read the story. I looked at some of they had like documents and shit. Like, it was pretty well reported by I forget
Pablo
the guy's
Torre.
name. Yeah, who's generally pretty good about this stuff.
Yeah,
and I mean, it looks really, really bad. I mean, it looks really bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's just like, if this is going to be the new arms race, like, what's Portland going to do? Like, Dutch Brothers is going to be like, hey, Scoot, well, it's just like weird.
The funny thing about that is, back when Paul Allen owned the Blazers, when he was still around and owned the Blazers, and they started cycling away from like the Clyde Drexler Blazers into like the
Theo
there
Ratliff.
were this is before the internet.
Yeah.
For those of you, I mean, this is actually back when the Rose Garden was a brand new state of the art facility.
Wonderful.
Way back in the day. I am older than Paprika. This is way back in the day. Okay. There were rumors that Rasheed Wallace was getting all kinds of like side endorsement deals from companies that no one had kind of heard of, or like he got a radio show that, like the radio station had been like purchased or partly purchased by one of Paul Allen's holding companies. You know what I mean? Just all these
95.5.
Yeah. So this is not a new thing, I don't think, but considering how blatant this was, the company that he got the paid Kawhi was like a tree mate. It was like,
it was like planting.
What? Like,
or go out and take a picture with a tree.
Something.
Do one picture.
But there's absolutely there's nothing I have seen that has shown that Kawhi's actually done anything to earn this money. No. And of course, Steve Ballmer, was very, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But quite frankly, we know there's evidence that filthy rich guys lie a lot.
Yeah.
When it comes to this sort of thing.
Yeah, a little bit.
The thing that might get him in trouble, though, is you never fuck over the other rich guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You never. Yeah. And Kawhi was a player who was in demand, and it looks like that endorsement may have been what swung him to sign with the Clippers. And even though Kawhi hasn't played for a couple of years, you're not supposed to. Like, you've never watched The Sopranos before. Like,
that's a good point.
Mess over the bosses. You know what I mean? You keep that stuff out there. Yeah. And
I would love it if Matt Ishbia, the next time they play, just comes up and kisses Steve Ballmer on the lips. Like, you too, Steve. Like, you're done.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the thing about the Clippers is, they survived Donald Sterling. Yeah. They were supposed to have this new tech guy who was supposed to be sort of above reproach for building a new stadium, blah, 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 blah. and he's just laundering money, just like a
Yeah.
mobster. Just, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here?
Okay, well, I have a couple more things, and then we'll get out of here because this is just we don't want to go too long. Okay, I have two reoccurring things I want to do with you.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't know how long it'll last, but the first one is the sweaty index.
Hey,
Okay.
what the hell's that mean?
No, it's
All
not
right,
about
so
you.
listen. First,
It's not
of all,
about you.
No.
It's not about you.
For those who might not know me,
Yeah.
okay, if the temperature gets above about 71 degrees, I sweat profusely.
Okay,
Like
this
Chris
isn't.
Farley
This is
level
not
sweat.
about you. Okay.
Like
This
there is
about
not a dry shirt in my house.
you. Well, you know.
So now we're talking about a sweaty index. Okay.
Yeah, I did. One time you had me over at your house for a barbecue, and
Yeah.
you had the barbecue in direct sunlight,
Yeah.
and you were barbecuing in direct sunlight, and you were wearing
Yeah.
pants and a shirt. I was like, "What is he doing?" You were just
Yeah.
sweating.
Because it absorbs the sweat. Because
okay,
if I don't,
okay.
it's
No,
like
no,
when we
I don't
play
mean you.
basketball. I always have on a long sleeve shirt because if I don't wear that shirt, there'll just be a puddle underneath me. It
Yeah,
absorbs. It's like a tampon, except for sweat.
can confirm. You lost at a sevens game last night and collapsed to the floor in agony.
Yeah,
And the floor was just.
I was dehydrated. I lost 38 pounds of water weight.
Okay, no,
Looked
the
like
sweaty
the Crypt
index
Keeper.
is the fact that this poor guy, Joe Cronin, okay, he gets elevated because his boss is fired for workplace misconduct, right? So he's under the microscope. He's nervous, right? He has an interim owner. He's like, I'm sweaty. I don't know. I gotta keep my job. I gotta really prove myself. And now he's got a new owner who's going to be like breathing down his neck and wanting to make his own change. So I'm going to say, what is Joe Cronin's sweaty index? And I'm going to say, for me right now, Joe Cronin is the tile wall in the shower after you've showered. There's a little moisture on it,
Okay.
but he's still, he's made some bold moves. But he's, you got to hope his pick turns out for him.
I see. I'm going to surprise you now.
Okay.
My initial response is to be like, well, no, he's me on the day I barbecued outside and it was 117 degrees and I was in a parka.
Yeah.
But I think this is a man who is playing with house money.
Uh-huh.
This is a man who never thought he was going to be the GM of an NBA team.
Uh-huh.
This is a man who was destined for look at him. This is a man who thought I'm going to be a middle manager for the rest of my life. He lucked into. I'm not saying fell upwards because I don't think he's that incompetent, but he was in the right place at the right time, and he had a really good run, and he put his fingerprints on everything.
Yeah.
The 10-year plan maybe will become the 5-year plan, but I think he's probably just like, all right.
Okay. All right.
Let's roll with it.
So you're saying
I was never supposed to be here anyway.
So is he is he totally dry? Is he tissue paper? What is he?
I think he is absolutely baby fresh. I just absolutely
Okay. All right.
not an ounce of moisture on.
I think he's a little moist.
No,
I think he's a little moist.
No, I think you could hit that man in the face with a handful of flour and it's nothing sticking to him. Just like Teflon. Just Teflon. Just nothing. There's nothing there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay. My other reoccurring segment I want to do is.
And I just want to keep in mind all the dry themed jokes that I'm not telling because I want us to retain a sort of E for everyone rating. But
Sure. Well, and also, keep it up because I'm going to ask you again next week or whatever, whenever we do it, maybe 4 months from now. Okay. My other question is, this is the other reoccurring thing. Where is Deandre Ayton? Okay. And I'll start one off and I'm going to say he's in line at a strip mall at a Labubu dispenser machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he's at a warehouse where he's just ordered 10,000 counterfeit Labubu things he's going to sell out of the trunk of his car.
Okay. All right. And that was the end of that segment. Nothing else is said. That's it. All
right.
As the season comes in, the one last question I want to ask you is, what do you think Tumani did to train for the upcoming season? I said earlier he was chewing nails. What do you think he's doing? Is he like hunting a human?
No, that would be too easy. I think he's just traveling around the world hunting just small animals, and he's working his way up.
Really small, agile.
I think because he's a reasonable guy. I think his ultimate goal is I'm gonna catch a tiger. I'm gonna kill a tiger with my bare hands. But he's working his way up.
Sure.
He started with the capybara, and the more, and he's just working his way up.
Yeah.
But he's doing it very humanely. He's got a knife made out of like a deer antler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you Did you read the story about this guy who submitted himself to like 500 snake bites over the course of 10 years just because? And they ended up being able to make like this crazy anti-venom for him because he just like worked up a tolerance because he just kept getting bit. I imagine Tumani just hanging out with this dude being like, all right, give me the viper. And it was like, no, Tumani, you just had the rattlesnake. Give me the viper.
If you've done 500 snake bites, I'm going to do 507.
And I'm going to do it in a week.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. The other, what do you think Drew thinks of too? Because Drew, also a very reputable defensive player.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to like look at Tumani and be like, okay, like, you know, like recognizes like, or do you think he's going to look at Tumani and be like, dude, like, you know, you hear these stories like about behind the scenes filming in Succession. Uh-huh. And Jeremy, the guy who plays the son is like a method actor. Yeah. And the guy who plays the dad is not. And the dad guy is like, what are you doing? You know, you've been pacing in like a sauna for 4 hours. Yeah. Like I can just play sweaty. It's called acting. Yeah. Like, do you think Drew's like that to Tumani?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, brother, war paint? Really? War paint? Come on, man. Come on. Actual war paint? What are we doing? Yeah. Are you filing your teeth?
Yeah. What is that? Yeah. You're never going to bite anybody.
You're not going to bite anyone, right? Like, you're not eating people, are you? Are you?
Like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But, you know, I will say this. If I'm a perimeter player on another team, yeah, and I got to come play Drew Holiday and Tumani.
Well, I mean, even Denny. Like, Denny's going to cause you problems, too.
Denny. By the way, Denny is 130% my pick for who's going to watch his face the most on the Jumbotron. 100%. There's a story for those of people who used to watch pro wrestling where The Rock, when he was a wrestler, he would do this thing where like he would spin guys so their back would be to their big Jumbotron, and he'd do his little punches, but he would be watching himself throw the punches and sort of admiring himself. And I guess it sort of upset the other wrestlers. Like, brother, come on, at least look at me while you're fake punching me. Like, but I think Denny's like that too. I can see many plays where he's like, you know, dribbling down the court, looking at himself dribbling. You know who's
going to be looking in the Jumbotron a lot is Jeremy Grant as he sits on the bench in his beautiful outfits.
That whole thing actually makes me anxious.
I love like Jeremy Grant. Anxious. It does, yes.
Like, what are we doing? Like,
what are we going to do? It's going to be so awkward.
I mean, because you kind of have to play him.
I guess.
Or you're never going to be able to trade. This, to me, just amazing how the NBA economy works. A couple years ago, we were talking about, well, we need to get rid of Jeremy Grant, even with the big contract, but we can't take any less than 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
But now, it's like, oh, we're going to have to give up a first-round pick or 2 to get rid of them.
Yeah. All right, next week, or next time we do this, we're going to talk about Anthony Simons in Boston.
Oh, man.
We're going to talk more about the potential for them to make the playoffs and some other wonderful topics. So join us next time as we continue this wonderful world of sports. As always, thanks to Puma Distortion for the intro and outro music.
Get this man some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
A Blazers podcast.
I dare dance like